think you want this, Nike?
He pays for it. Yeah, he don't. Oh wait.
Oh,
Victus
Nike's got a friend.
has joined the battle.
Oh,
But
he
I
misses
don't
the
think that's
pop-up.
gonna-
That's unfortunate. And here comes the laser, but he's been locked down. They are burning so much to try and take down an Archeal. And what is... There's the fight in the bot lane.
Meanwhile, Masterman is having
Smite.
to fight Thaddeus himself.
And that's the unfortunate thing is, one of the things that I've said before, and again, I am not incredibly savvy when it comes to jungle positioning, but one thing I do know is this. Your jungler should not be in the bot lane fighting the enemy mid laner who has TP up. Had TP up. Killing is a little out of position, but there's a bunch of them there. He's got to be careful.
Yeah. Don't know if you don't want that smoke.
They think they want it. Invictus is pretty sure he wants it.
No, Invictus is
he wants... Nike's getting run down. There's the heal. There's the flash. And Invictus goes down.
And that's a kill for... That's 2 kills for the Killen's
gonna do his best to... Yep. He just doesn't have any anti-heal yet.
That might be Baron. They're paying
I think that's definitely Baron.
That's definitely Baron, yeah.
I think Marshy's a little low. And I think they might want to be careful. But I think they can take Baron. The only thing that they have to be careful of is... They're going to need to catch exactly what they're doing. They need to catch Masterman at the cutoff and stop him from trying to come in and smite fight.
And Thaddeus is doing a wonderful job keeping him away in the Baron pit.
There's...
Oh,
okay, they tried. Solid try. Oh,
and we got two! Masterman with the fantastic
Baron steal. He comes in.
Oh my god.
Okay, that was great. That was phenomenal. At like, what is that? Like 29.50. We might have to go back and rewatch that at the end.
And an Archeal getting caught under the turret.
I think that this is the turning point that Unorganized Misfits needed to turn this game around. That was really, really good. Absolutely. Oh my god, I didn't think he had that. I thought there was no way. I'm gonna take a shot for the Baron steal.
Yeah, well, no, not me.
You don't have to.
In the immortal words, Masterman, what was that?
And an Archeal now running away from Nike. Granted, an Archeal sitting at under 35-40% health, and Nike's full. Yeah. And I think that just stalled this game out. I think that both of them are going to be looking at this dragon to get to Soul Point. And
the Misfits needed that for sure. Oh,
they did. And Whitefire's out of position, but he gets away.
But
Nike's going to die.
Be the one falling.
And that's their top laner down. And if they can
Masterman,
if they can even do just a little bit of damage here, and Archeal's on his way, Score's on his way, but it's a 4v5. And do we think that Masterman can do it again, or do we think he should preserve their Baron buff? Because at this point, I say give the dragon. And
yeah, it's Soul Point. Oh well, Masterman doesn't have.
That's so unfortunate.
Being said
Never mind.
The death chamber.
Never mind that.
So it's definitely.
That's just their dragon.
Oh wait. Yep.
Thaddeus is putting in work on this back line. At the point where your jungler is down, brutal recommendation, I wouldn't stick around.
Oh. I wouldn't be here.
Oof.
This dragon wasn't
worth your life. And Score's dead.
It wasn't, and Score might die. Yep.
And the turret dive. This is a huge blow for them. They could have done so much with that Baron.
And a double kill for the Kog'Maw. That's not what you want to see if you're a fan of
I think Crabbrave's going to break their base open with this one. It's not over, but it is starting to get run away with, which is really unfortunate. But that's the name of the game. That's the name of the game.
The hopes and dreams of Misfits are slowly dwelling away, minute by minute. But
there's still a shot. You know how I feel about this. But with the
one shot.
All you
need is one shot.
All
you need is one shot.
The gold lead is pretty nasty now, though. Like, I will say that.
8,000 gold. 8,000 gold is brutal.
I was super impressed at Thaddeus's earlier read to know that Masterman's been positioning to where he can ideally use the bandage toss to get into fights, to know that they had a ward on the top side of River, to know that Masterman was still around and on full health, and to correctly guessed that he was in that tri-brush and go for him accordingly. Like, that was a really, really solid
Vision
play.
wins games.
Vision wins games if you use
as
it.
you preach every stream. Yeah, as you preach every game, Vision wins games. God damn, that was difficult to say.
And oh, Frankie baby. They don't have enough vision for him to be pushed up that much.
And that's a 12 skill. Oh
Moon
wait, Marcy might
Mooncake.
the mooncake.
Holy
and
shit!
the mooncake is capes.
The duel between the deer and the archer. Who will win? Apparently, the deer wins.
The deer.
Little known fact. And the deer wins.
And that was the 12th kill for Thaddeus. This game has been an absolute monster on the Keanu.
I am looking at these shutdowns, and that's kind of disgusting.
Thaddeus,
Masterman and Invictus are the bounties.
Oh, and Masterman dies again.
They are moving around as a roaming unit of death. And
the roaming death squad.
Yeah, Misfits unfortunately don't have enough vision now to to see them in time. So where it looked to them like it was maybe a catch on Thaddeus that they could do something with, the rest of them were already rolling through the Misfits blue side jungle, ready to pull up.
Blue team are marching on the stairs to the enemy's base. 35 minutes into the game.
With very little fear. That's a nice ult from Score, but unfortunately, that ult from Score is completely negated by Milio. And that's one of the reasons Milio's actually such a strong pick into this enemy team, is just because of his utility to just, well, what if you didn't? What if you didn't? I am really, really impressed at this gameplay from both of these teams. Like, this is phenomenal. I will say at this point, looking at the teams too, like, I'm looking at the CS, I'm looking at everything else, and like, you're looking at kills, you're looking at potential bounties. There's a lot of gold sitting on like the side of Crabbrave if the Misfits can get them shut down. Yeah,
no, for sure. I think the way to come back into this game for Misfits is just getting those bounties.
I think it's getting those bounties, but I think, unfortunately, like we said, the later Kog'Maw goes, the stronger Kog'Maw is. I'm going to ask the teams. No, it's fine. I clicked back into it before it happened.
My game just crashed?
It's because the game is over. Don't say anything. I need the teams that are coming back in not to say anything until the games are over. I'm asking that from all teams. Because for us, the game is still ongoing.
No, I cannot see anything.
That's fine. I've got it. Do you want me here? Wait 1 sec. I should be able to screen share it to you. Share your screen. Or you know what? Maybe I'll just fuck off instead. Okay, it's not working. God damn, dude. It's fine. So when the game ends, there's a bug in it. Blue team just took Baron. At this point, genuinely, their base is not cracked open yet, but I'm gonna be real. Crabbrave has done such a masterful job of making sure that they took every advantage that they had and using it very, very well in a way that I'm super impressed with, because there were points early game where it was very back and forth. And at this point
Frankie might get caught again. And Frankie gets blown up.
Oh, and that's no!
With his 13th kill of the game.
And that's a lot of
soul for blue team.
That's a lot of clouds.
This is spelling the end for
Lilia gets to run real fast. Lilia gets to run real fast.
Yep, is Zoomy. This match and
Marshy Mooncake is godlike.
This might be the last team fight of the game.
I very well think you are correct. They're going to run it down. Yep. Their mid laner and their jungler and their support are both dead.
There's only two.
I don't think the ADC in the top lane can handle this.
Well, it was a valiant effort, but
it was a phenomenal effort.
And Score will watch as their base is cracked open, and set on fire by crab rave who will dance their way into victory.
Dance, crabs, dance.
GG.
All right, lads. So, congratulations to the winners. You beat Crab Raven and shit. That was a phenomenal fucking game.
That was.
I am so impressed from both of you. You both played amazingly. I am going to. Do you have access? You don't have access to the chats, do you?
To the chats?
To their
What
respective team chats that they're sitting in right now?
Yes.
You do have like
their VC, dear VC.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, that's what I thought.
No.
Let me. Honestly, I can just go talk to them. I'll be right back. I'll go talk to them real quick. I'll be right back. We'll wrap up with this one, and then I will invite the next caster. Okay.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure.
I genuinely forgotten. Thank you so fucking much for saying yes to joining me for this. I know that you say you're just a guy, you didn't do that much, whatever else it is that you want to say, but you have genuinely done so much more for me in this space and in this community and just as a friend than you will ever understand.
Well, thank you.
All right, honey. I will
for inviting me, and it's been a pleasure casting this game. I wished I didn't have some technical difficulties.
Nah, we were good.
Thank you.
Can I ask you right now? Like, it's not meant to put you on the spot. Next time we do one of these, are you in?
Yeah, for sure.
Fantastic. All
Absolutely.
Right. I am going to jump over to Crab Rave first, and just pop in and see how they're feeling. Yeah. Hello, darlings.
Hello.
How we feeling?
Oh, guys, we have to do what we practiced. Hello, I'm an Archil Demon. I'm the top laner. Next person.
Oh.
Bro. Damn it.
I love it.
He tried.
I tried.
Solid call.
That's something he's made up.
No, I made it up.
All right. So team captain first and foremost. The draft. How did you feel about the draft looking across the lane at the enemy team?
The only thing I was mainly scared about when it came to the enemy bot lane was the Vel'Koz and all of its poke that is going to come through. Mm-hmm. It really just shuts out Kog'Maw's early game. Yeah.
And I think we definitely saw that. Like, it definitely felt early, even to mid game, like Invictus really was bullying you and making it your problem that you existed in that lane with him. But yeah. I really, really good job, Whitefire, about making sure you were protecting your ADC. Like, phenomenal. Was there any of you that were particularly the shot caller, or did you all kind of do it together?
I think it was a combination of Thaddeus and I.
It's kind of what I assumed you guys would do. It was a phenomenal match. Like, genuinely amazing. Thank you for playing your fucking hearts out game one and making it a killer kickoff.
Bro, I'm shaking.
I mean, I don't know if it makes you feel better or not, but that just means that you're game one tomorrow night.
Yeah, we are.
Oh my God.
Hell yeah, we are.
That means you guys are locked in game one tomorrow night. Like, you guys are locked in.
Not a brag. Hear me out. Not a brag, but we've been around these streets before. We know how game one works. If anything, we're the more experienced ones going in, playing game ones, so I think we'll be fine.
All right, now he's got a wind under his belt. He's a little mouthier than he was before. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm getting it. All right.
I love it.
I was raised in a talk shit, get hit household, so
now he's talking shit. He's not getting hit. He's gonna talk more shit.
Oh yeah, it's very much I think we played very well, and it was more of a joke of like, we played game ones, but I'm excited, and I think that our team has been like really good, really cohesive, and I'm excited for the next ones going in.
All right. Well, I'm gonna bounce. Go ahead.
I do have to say that a Mumu steal for the Baron was fucking clean.
I
was looking for him, and I could not find him.
It was so well played. I was like, there's no way he gets that. There's no way that happens. And then, holy shit, he did.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna pop over to the other team, and then I'm gonna take a 5-minute break and run to the restroom, and then we'll start next game.
All right.
Okay.
All right,
Bye.
lads, you played your hearts out.
Oh, hello.
I was very proud of you. Like,
Thanks.
that was really, really well played. Like, early to mid game, it was anybody's game, and that fucking Baron steal. The Baron steal was phenomenal. Like,
Yeah, I saw that not only Steve but Aurora had both clipped that, and then Steve sent it directly to me, and he's like, "I figured you might want this."
you do want that. You do want that. Like, win or loss, gameplay matters, and it helps you learn regardless of whether or not you're winning or losing the game. But I genuinely was so proud of you guys for rotating, counter-rotating, despite the fact that there were some early game kills on the other team. You guys did your best to, like, play it out. You had a really, really good early game, you had a really, really early game ability to just ensure that, man, what's going on? This is going on. That's going on. Okay, well, if we can't take this, we're going to move over here. We're going to do that. Like, the early grubs, the early dragons was phenomenal gameplay. And I was really, really glad to be able to watch these two teams, like, for the first game of the tournament. That was super fucking hype.
I will openly say, it's funny that Thaddeus had said, like, I was looking for him because we were in a call at one point, and I showed him recordings of Rama steals that I've done, and all in the same game. So I think he knew that I was going to be able to steal, and he wasn't taking those chances. Any chance he got, he was looking for me. And you know what? He played it well, and he knew that I was going to be able to do it. And then he saw the Baron steal, and he's like, well, he did it at least once. He did it at least once.
You can always do it again. You can always do it again. All right, lads. So, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to take just a couple minutes to run to the restroom, and we'll figure it out from here, okay?
All right.
All right, everybody. Time-wise, we're already behind. That's normal. We will give it just a moment. I'm going to run to the restroom, and I'll be right back. All right, lads. All right, lads. Hello. I drank water. I took a couple bites of my burgers. There might be some possible shenanigans. An organized misfits is talking to me. They might have a problem with one of their team, but we're gonna figure out what that goes, because right now we're not worried about that. We got the champions of Artemis and the Orbital Outlaws on board. And I know we're a little late because we're always a little late, and that's why we did this way. So I am going to launch back into the Solar Shoutcasters, and I would like to invite the lovely 16-bit Steven into call with me for your second Shoutcaster. Steve, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I got you. What's up?
Hello, darling. How are you?
I am doing awesome. First thing I want to say, say my hat is off to all 10 people who played in that first game. That was so much fun to watch. I want to say, everyone, you guys played your hearts out. You should all be proud of your performance. You know, win or lose, doesn't matter. You guys were absolutely phenomenal, and I think, you know, there's something to be proud of, all 10 of you, and I really enjoyed watching that game.
It was a fire first game. It was really phenomenal. Like, so kudos to them for that. So how are you feeling about game 2?
So this one, I'm not gonna lie, so that last one I really wanted to watch, obviously, because I want to watch all of these, and I have, a lot of people in the games like Masterman and Marshy, the two junglers, and just everyone, so many people I know, so many people I'm close to, and that I was excited to watch play, and that's amazing. But this one, when I saw the team rosters the first time, the first thing, before I saw it even, the Masters level players, when I saw Confuzzled and Yaden on the same team. Oh my!
That is not to discount the other team.
No, that is not to discount anybody, and I don't want anyone to feel that way. So I apologize if it came off as such.
These teams are also stacked.
These teams are very and I saw those two names, and probably two because they're at the top, because it's top jungle. And I was like, those two have the potential to make some very disgusting plays together, and I look forward to seeing what is going to happen on both sides of the map. Because, I'm looking at, we're looking at top jungle right there. I'm looking at Mem and Synctra. You can't count either of them out. Mem was phenomenal. We played on Total Carnage. We played against Mem in the very first,
and he went beast mode.
He did on that Akali.
So let's not discount either one of these teams. In the meantime, let's get into the coin flip, because per usual we're running behind. It do be that way.
Yeah.
Let's pop over to the coin flip channel. Let's invite these captains over with us. Hello, darlings.
Hello.
What's up?
Yo.
All right, so team captains. Do you have preferences? Do you want to allow your opponent to call for the flip? Or do we need to flip? Do you want me to flip to see who gets to call the flip?
Sean, how old are you?
20.
I'm older, XD. I should get the flip.
Okay, so younger privileges. I bet.
If you were older,
Sean wants magnate privileges.
I'm actually thinking Rachel's older.
Yeah, true. Factual and accurate. Do you guys both want the coin flip? Do you want me to flip it to see who calls it?
Yeah, honestly.
Oh, that's
fine. Heads, Yaden calls it. Tails, Sean calls it.
Damn, I got the better side.
It's tails. Sean, call the coin.
Blue.
Blue.
You gotta call the coin.
No, I flipped the coin flip to say.
There's two coin tosses.
Oh, shit.
Now there's 2 coin tosses. You made it my problem, so I'm making it your problem. Do you want heads or tails?
Heads.
Heads?
Actually, if he wants blue side, I'll just give him blue side.
Oh, it's tails. So, Yaden.
Oh, I want red side.
Okay,
so...
perfect. So it all works out. Everybody's good.
Yeah.
You're all happy.
All right,
everything is great.
All right.
Stay to get the
Okay.
All right. So this is going to be champions miss. I can't spell. Everything is fine. And I'm typing too quickly and I have anxiety. We love it here. All right. This is fuck you. First one is for red side.
Red side, I'll take that.
Or wait, no, that's blue side. I'm full of shit. I gotta make a new one.
I won't take that.
Did you click on it?
Yes.
I think that fucks it up.
Yep.
Give me a second.
Yeah, remake it.
I'm abbreviating it.
All
right. Blue side. Nobody else touched that. That's blue side. That's for Sean.
All right.
Yep.
I would like to say special
That's for
thanks
Yaden.
to Yaden for doing the Yaden and making the lobby for us.
Spectating one. Yeah, no, I love whoever made this.
Make it.
I love whoever made this.
Was that Aurora?
She asked me to make it. I made
she
it.
asked you to. Well, because the one time she made it, we didn't win the game.
Yeah,
that's why.
You had to remind me.
Double coin flip for the funsies. It's for the hell of it.
I
All right,
did not
lads.
enjoy that game.
Captains, you have your drafts. You're in. The third one is for the spectate. If your teams want that, you can send it over to them. Otherwise, I'm going back to the shoutcasting channel. You go back to your teams. Let's draft.
Sean.
Good luck, everybody.
I'll catch y'all later.
All right, lads. Are we ready for this?
Oh heck yeah!
I'm fucking excited for this.
I've gotten a little bit of idea too from seeing the team chats on what kind of plans they're looking to do for what the champ picks, who they're looking to ban. I don't know all of it, but I do have some ideas based on the ban prios. So I'm curious to see how this is going to shake itself out. Also, I don't want to underestimate bot lane. I think these bot lanes are very evenly matched.
Oh, I think these bot lanes are phenomenally evenly matched.
And I'm really excited to see how Ammo is going to play against Sean, because Ammo is not a player that you can be underrating. Obviously, Sean is a phenomenal player. He's high elo. He plays incredibly well. I've had the privilege of watching him play, even here on your stream, and also queuing up with him. And I know exactly what he's capable of. But I've also played so many games with Ammo, and I really appreciate the way they play the game. And I'm really excited, just top to bottom on both teams, to see all of these plays and see how they do.
Sorry, I'm handling something. Game 3, the first team that's in Game 3 was concerned that one of their players wasn't going to make it, but it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's definitely priority.
No, we're good. All right.
Okay.
Is Champions of Artemis going to lock in their
that's kind of
lock in their draft? Or do we break something? I can go check on them if need be.
Yeah.
Breathe, Liv, breathe.
I mean, the last time that happened, she ended up winning.
I'm Angie.
I'm gonna
I know, that's true. All right. Orbital Outlaws is locked in and ready to play. We're waiting on Champions of Artemis.
We're waiting on... Okay.
I'm gonna pop over there real quick and figure out what's going on.
Absolutely.
Sorry to kick in the door. Are you guys gonna lock in?
Hello. I already have the link.
Did you whoever's captain needs to go into the link, click on it, and get ready to draft.
I clicked the no.
Did you? So you're in there, and then there should be a button on the bottom, like that allows you to ready it. Do I need to make a new lobby?
It says waiting from you.
It says waiting. Has Orbital Outlaws locked in?
No clue.
Let me check on them. There's always we gotta have a little scuff, right?
Wait, what?
Lads,
we need to lock in.
What's up?
Who's the captain and who hasn't? Are you guys the ones that aren't ready yet?
No, I've read it up.
Okay, I think I think the room might be broken then. Give me a second. I'm gonna send a new link to both of your chats. Only the captains click on them.
All right.
Okay. Hey. It's not a little stream if it's not a little bit scuffed.
I'll allow that. Yeah, I mean, first of all, I don't get to make that decision because it's your house, but
it's not a little stream unless it's a little bit scuffed. All right, so this is...
it's a little bit. Yeah, it's a little sustalin. That's what.
That's how we live our lives.
That's what Kira used to call you when we played Among Us.
It's true.
How many times can one man get imposter?
Bro, I was so mad at you.
Except you were my teammate one of the times.
And then this is going into the chat that you and I are sitting in right now. This is the spectator one.
Okay, so wait, I need to click this link then.
Yeah, you need to click on this link. You and I should both get spectator. That should have unbroken it. I don't know why it was broken.
I have it on my browser now. Yeah, I don't do this very often, but like that last game, I had your stream full screened and everything. Like everything was full screen. Like I had the chat still on the side, but that was it. Otherwise, like everything was full screen, and I never do that.
All right, there we go. We're into bands. Let's fucking go.
All right,
lads.
What we get here.
So I will tell you right now. There's a couple of bands that I am expecting to come through from both of these teams for a variety of reasons. I expect them to take Yaden's Vi away.
Yep.
I expect Orbital Outlaws to potentially take away Mem's Aatrox. Aatrox is...
I knew that Diana was coming. I do know with
you
Aatrox,
take Diana away from Sean.
It is ban it or pick it. They're either going to pick it against him or they're going to ban it.
The Amumu ban into Synctra is not a bad call. Synctra is a phenomenal Amumu player. It gives a shitload of engage for the team and AoE lockdown. We take that as a win.
I would not be shocked to see the Wukong ban here. I'm not.
I wouldn't either. No. True. I think at the end of the day, into players like there's the Wukong ban. Into players like Yaden, like Sean, like there's actually a number of people on both teams that have such monstrous.
There's the Aatrox.
There's the Aatrox ban. So let's see what they take first as a comfort pick, as a safe pick, as something that they go, we don't care if you see this and we don't care if you pick into it. We're comfortable taking it just the way we are.
Yeah, or like if they have a flex pick that maybe can go to 2 different roles, something like that.
There's only one target there. Oh, and there's Mems. That's Mems Akali.
Yeah, that's going to be top
lane. That can be a flex pick. To be perfectly honest, that Akali could go mid too.
I totally believe Sean could take that mid. Yes,
picking
100%.
a flex pick first is always strong, and it's no surprise to me that they're going to lock in the Karma. Karma's incredibly strong right now.
Yep.
She's super versatile. She provides a lot of damage and sustain and protection for her allies.
She can also play 3 different roles.
She can. Personal opinion, I'm going to bet that Karma's going support, but realistically speaking, she could flex in multiple roles, and she would be viable in all of them.
She can flex into the Akali, but this is a dark horse too. Can that Sejuani potentially be top lane to counter the Akali?
Doubt it. I'm going to be honest. I think that Akali is in the jungle to give a front line to whatever team that Yaden is looking at building around. Sorry, yeah. Sedge is going to go jungle. Like, it's going to give engage
I'm interested
and
to see
sustain.
Yaden play a champion that's that tanky, because I don't underrate. I mean,
I've seen a fair amount of Yaden Sejuani. That was what he played primarily, not this past season, but the season before in the jungle. He's actually quite an accomplished Sedge player as well. Man's got like 50-something Mastery 7 champions. So
I know. No, he has
what
we've
Poppy,
described as a champion ocean.
That Poppy is spicy.
It is true. And that's another champion
that a jungle
can
Poppy?
Go just about
That's
anywhere.
a jungle Poppy.
Like, I mean, I've learned from my good friend KS Poppy that Poppy can play just about any role on the map.
Poppy is, the man, the myth, the legend, the Don. He doesn't play much League, but he'll tell you Poppy's his favorite champion.
So here's another thing. I am a little bit, I mean, I understand with Yaden kind of being the priority with the bans, but I'm a little surprised they did not take away the Jinx.
I think you can only pick and ban so many things, and the ability for Yaden to play either Vi or Wukong gives so much engage potential onto the squishy targets, because you can't stop those champions from going in, that they made a decision to allow the Jinx through and to hopefully deal with the hyper carry. They're going to rely on Mem to jump on her on the back line.
Definitely. And, I also know that one of the things I saw in Champions of Artemis chat was that they were anticipating Aurora to go Misfortune.
But now she's on Jinx and Misfortune is banned.
And now the Malphite is out. The Zed is going to go. And I have seen what a monster. And
have you seen what
some of
Sean
the
can do on
Mortal
Zed?
Outlaws.
I've seen what Sean can do on Zed.
And I saw something very similar from Confuzzled in one of my own ARAMs yesterday. But I've seen what Sean can do on Zed, and I mean, honestly, Sean on any champion is terrifying. That man is. He plays the game so phenomenally.
This is the thing is I'm super excited because again, and the
Camille.
final ban on the Camille just to stop that engage and lockdown in the top lane.
Definitely looking for the top mid bans here, and I notice it's largely top lane. Yeah, both of these top laners are beastie. Oh yeah,
they will take
they're phenomenal.
They will take any sort of weakness, any sort of advantage, and they will snowball that motherfucker hard.
Ooh.
That's a Yone.
That's an interesting
delicious.
Pick.
That's delicious.
And I'm excited for this. Now, I will say this. As an Akali main, if someone picks Yone into my Akali, I am licking my chops.
Are you? I don't know that matchup very well.
That is one of my favorite matchups to play because every time Yone lunges on his Q3, you E1 right out of it, and if you latch him, you can go back in. So
see, these are what I need you for in this because I don't know that.
Yeah, well, here's the thing too. What Confuzzled, because he's a brilliant player, and what he's gonna have to do here, assuming that is the top lane matchup, is he's gonna want to use his E from close to his turret, and then try to get his Q3, and maybe even if he can get it, then his ultimate and his full
I think right now that Yone's intentionally a flex. I'm not gonna lie.
I would agree. Also,
Syndra.
I think they took away Ammo's Syndra.
They did, and I think that's very intentional. I think they left that to the end, and they made a decision. They made a conscious decision to take that. But we do have Ahri in game, and with that, here are our lineups. Once teams are ready, because we are already in queue, whoever holds the crown, when you guys are ready, launch us in. Do the same picks and drafts. Get that out of the way, and we'll get started. Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Outstanding.
All right. So while they get picks and drafts, let's go over these team comps just a little bit.
Yes.
I'm going to let you talk about your baby and her team comp because I feel like that's only correct.
Well, and I do appreciate that. And Akali, so I'm looking at all of these champions that she's going into. Obviously, Akali will, if Akali can get on top of the Jinx, she will delete her. This can even happen with the Jinx passive active if there's even a little bit of damage. But Akali is going to want to go in along with Kaisa and either go for picks or to go in and clean up after the frontlining and damage and CC has been dealt by Thresh and Poppy, and even the range from Syndra. If Syndra gets a multi-champion stun, that is a huge opportunity for both of those assassins to go in. And I say both of those assassins because Kaisa, while an ADC, is also late game, essentially turns into an assassin. She has a ton of mobility, a ton of stealth, a ton of burst damage.
Well, and her shield is no joke.
No, it is not. And her ult allows her to not only have that shield, but also to jump a very large distance. And there is just so much potential for absolute 1v1 deletion.
So one of the things,
even into a tank like Sejuani, I still think Kaisa actually late game can completely shred that champion.
So one of the things I'm looking at as I'm looking at the Orbital Outlaws is they've got a lot of versatility to both engage forward and kite backward.
Yes.
I genuinely enjoy the idea that Karma can shield the team as a whole. Sejuani can jump in and really lock somebody down. If you can land a Sej ult, the Yone ult, and then you've got Ahri and Jinx dealing damage across the line, you are in a phenomenal position to just eliminate your opponent if you can catch one of the squishies on their team. That being said, does Poppy's AoE, what does that do into Yone? Can anybody tell me what that does into Yone when Yone dashes forward? Like,
that is a great question.
I've never seen that interaction.
If he's in his little stretch mode where he's in his spirit mode outside of his body, that would be where I have the question.
I don't 100% know how that interaction works.
Another thing you can do against Yone that I think everybody knows this, but this is something I tend to do a lot of, is when Yone stretches out in a team fight, if someone is backlining, you can wait by his body and just be ready to kill him. Like Syndra can plant a ball on the ground, and as soon as he comes back, just bam, knockback stun. Or Kaisa can just, or Akali can just wait there and just combo him when he comes back. Like
the one thing. So what I'm looking at, things to look for both teams, like points for both teams. I think that Champions of Artemis. Oops, I need to. That's fine. I'll fix it in a minute. I think Champions of Artemis, their best bet is for Poppy to get rid of Sejuani in a team fight.
Yes.
Because without
I
Sedge
agree.
in a team fight, you suddenly end up in the position where, yes, Karma can shield them. Yes, you've got a fair amount of mobility, but you are in a great position if you get rid of the Sejuani to really set one of the carries on fire and go from there. Now,
well, and I will also say it just if I may.
No, go ahead.
I will also say a lot of these fights will be over jungle objectives. Getting the jungler out of there, like you can do that at the start of the fight. I think that's a phenomenal idea. If you can't do it right away, you can take Sejuani out with potentially with Poppy's ult same way right before a smite would happen.
Okay. Yeah, no, and I agree. Like I think that Poppy is a solid pick into the Sedge.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that both of these teams are in a really solid position. I think going to late game, obviously late game Jinx scales, but to be perfectly honest, so does Kaisa. And
so does Kaisa.
Both of these champions, like neither one of them is going to want to be alone with the other one because it's really who lands the first hit, can Jinx land her chompers, and then from there what their item build is, how far ahead or behind they are.
Well, and if they're positioning and let's say they're even, like I would say personally that advantage does go to Kaisa.
I give
just
it
because
to
of
Kaisa
how
as
much
well.
mobility she has.
It's the mobility and the
chompers,
shield.
like you said, are the one thing, but the shield and yes, the mobility of Kaisa, the ability to go invisible, to dash all the way to past the Jinx. It is going to be imperative, I think, for Aurora if they are even late game to not
she's going to need to hug her Karma and her Sejuani.
Yeah, either Karma or Sejuani or even Ahri. Because Ahri, if she's able to hit that charm, will be able to get someone off of there.
Yeah, no, and I definitely think I really like the long range potential from the Kaisa and the Syndra to hold the Orbital Outlaws back, but then the ability for Thresh and Poppy and Akali to dive in and Kaisa and Syndra to just deal damage across the back line.
Well, and there's a ton of synergy there, and really, I think the big thing too for the Akali and the Kaisa is like outside of the Sejuani, another big deal here is going to be playing around Karma's shields, because those two champions have insane mobility, not only to chase people down, but also to escape if they are being hunted down by someone by the other team. And
I agree.
That is, again, like, and Ahri has the same kind of thing where, again, she can dash out with her ult, but that doesn't mean that she had to use it fully defensively, because Ammo could then turn around and go back in with that second dash and not only get back in range, but also reposition.
All right, lads, we are into game 2 of the Galaxy Games.
Let's go.
I was going to say, for the Champions of Artemis, we have the pleasure of welcoming our second caster, 16-Bit Steven, to cast his baby in the top lane, played by Memlo, which is going to be phenomenal gameplay all overall. Synctra, phenomenal in the jungle. I'm so glad that they got to join us for a second Galaxy Games. Sean is a beast in the mid lane. Lunrako and 3Size round out in the bot lane, and don't underestimate them. As far as the Orbital Outlaws are concerned, Plasmatique, aka Confuzzled, in the top lane. You've got Yaden in the jungle, Amaretto Rar in mid lane, and then in the bot lane, you get the lovely Aurora Elvea and the handsome Bubble Medic. Good luck to all of the players. It is so far looking like a pretty standard opening. Nothing too crazy.
Agree. And I know one thing that Yaden is big on in these games, much like you would in Clash, is the 5-point. I know he had us do that when I was in the Galaxy Games last time. That was something we were big on doing, and I see them doing the same thing right here. And really, both teams doing this here. We've got two fairly Mem and Sean fairly close to one another in the top river. Then we've got We got Synctra hovering the buff, and both bot laners, Linrocco and Three Sides, coming up for that leash. We do see a pretty solid ward there coming from Yaden into... And so giving vision on the Poppy specifically, which is huge because that gives pretty much guarantees him knowledge of where Poppy is starting.
It lets them know exactly where they started. They already have an idea that there was a leash from the bot lane, considering where the bot lane ended up. But it guarantees that you know for sure. Where is Poppy? What is Poppy doing? Where is she pathing?
Yep.
Because... And
meanwhile, Yaden is going leashless here. He smited the blue buff.
So their goal... Right. Oh, and there's what we do in the top lane, especially with these two.
Yep. Well, and I did notice that Mem brought Electrocute as well, which is the correct keystone into a Yone. But more than that, like in the top lane where there is more range, where there will be more room for...
Oh, we've got a viewer bug. Do you see the Syndra?
I do see the Syndra, yes.
Well, that's going to be fun.
Yes,
I'm going to hope I'm going to hope that that's not happening in game. I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, top lane, Synctra already pathing up.
And there's the return in on the E2
and honestly,
from Mem, and
there's the ignite.
Empowered auto.
That was a lot of damage. He's going to need to take his TP back up, potentially, depending on which way that wave is pushing. But
and that is the way that Akali is going to play this matchup. And I'm trying to look for summoner spells here. Akali having ignite against Yone having teleport could also be very relevant. And
later game we go.
Again.
And there goes the TP. I am impressed at Plasma. I'm just gonna call him Plasma. We know it's Confuzzled. There's the counter gank from Yaden in top lane. They're going to do their best to take Mem out. Mem doesn't have... He has flash, but he is saving it, and oh my god.
The ignite went down. Confuzzled will survive here.
Oh, I'm not going to lie. If that was me, I would have burned my flash so fast.
Very bold play there from Confuzzled, but I think he was aware of exactly how much damage he would take. He also did have Yaden close by on Krugs to be able to help. And now Yaden looks like he may be looking for a gank on this Akali.
He's just...
And this would be a huge play.
Are you behind?
I don't know.
419, 420, 421?
Oh, yes, I am very behind.
I was like, you're behind!
Yes,
like, where are you?
I am at 352.
Can you catch up, or do I need to pause?
I don't know if I can catch up.
I was like, what? What?
Okay, let me see. Okay, 422. What are we?
I'm at 441.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. And I'm so sorry. All right,
I cannot
450?
sleep. I cannot
451? Are you caught up now?
Yeah, 454.
Okay, good. Oh shit, we just said
there's Yone with the first blood. Confuzzled. Oh my goodness.
He just fucking destroyed him. I did not expect that much damage. Oh my!
He did that. That was beautiful.
God, that was disgusting.
He's doing that with his jungler on the opposite side of the map. Poppy returning from a back, like he had every opportunity for the 1v1 there, and he took advantage.
Well, and I definitely, it's a testament to how much burst he just did that Mem's got his flash up. He didn't even get the chance to burn it. And fair call out. Akali overstayed when Yone used TP, and Akali didn't go back. Reto landing a phenomenal charm. And while Sean definitely got some damage back on there, both mid laners are looking a little low. They're looking a little
Yes, they definitely are. Both are
gankable,
exactly what I was
about
to say. We see Poppy potentially looking to invade into Yaden's jungle here. He's going to be ready. And he pops the vision sphere.
He's pinging him out.
Yep, and he's immediately shoving him out of there. And I think both of them may have been not only looking at these Void Grubs, but now they're both heading top lane. I looked like they were both looking for a mid gank. Now they're both heading up top side.
Serious damage from the Karma.
And yeah, we just rolled on bot
One
here.
One of the side notes I would like to make as they continue to farm and everything. But keep in mind that much like our lovely Marshy, Memlil is also playing on anywhere from a 120 to a 150 ping. Take that into account as you watch. And Yaden is in the back of the Void Grub.
He has to flash out.
And he has to flash out. And I think that just means that first set of grubs definitely goes to Champions of Artemis.
Yeah, that's definitely going to go to
it's
COA.
A really, really good rotation from Artemis to move out and do that.
And now we see Yone chasing down the Akali again in a really good engage with the wave shoved under the Akali's turret to be able to take it a little bit of micro into play here.
No, that's phenomenal.
Within the lane to prevent the Akali and saying, if you want to come after me, you don't have enough space to fully combo me. And also, your wave is under your turret. So
well, and keep in mind
really
too,
preventing that
keep in mind too, like looking at the CS differences, well, it does look in bot lane like Orbital Outlaws are doing.
Ooh, here goes Akali with the ult.
That's
a kill. There it
is.
The
minion block, but he still lives.
And Poppy Synctra is right up there at the end. But when I saw that ult, I'm like, no, this is a kill.
I actually wasn't sure if minions were going to block Mem under turret for that second turret shot, but he got out. That was a phenomenal commitment to that play. That was really well played from Mem to know exactly what his damage and his power spike was and to just...
Absolutely. I will say, as an Akali main, I saw the ult and I said,
he's got this. He's got this.
This is a kill. He might die. No, he didn't, and that's huge. But that is definitely a kill. And Akali is a champion that does not mind trading 1-for-1 early game because it puts gold on the table, and she wants that.
No, and I was discussing with somebody else. I think it was my other caster, Shork. It might have been somebody else though. I was discussing with somebody that truly, honestly, Plasma and Mem have a fairly similar playstyle. They genuinely, they are aggressive players. They want to take their power spikes. They want to get ahead, and they want to win even harder.
Oh,
Confuzzle's just dead here.
Akali's getting another one here.
Confuzzle's just dead here.
Gonna wait for the body to come back. Yep.
Nice sweep sideways from Plasma.
From Confuzzle there. Yeah,
that was beautiful.
Because Mem played that perfectly, and that was just an outstanding read from Confuzzle, knowing exactly what was going to happen there.
So in the bot lane, just to catch up on the bot lane as I look down here, it looks like it's about a 10 CS difference, and the hook lands, 3-side sweeps back.
That's a kill.
Unfortunately, that kill went over to your Thresh, which is not your favorite thing there. You really do want to get that onto the Kai'Sa and get her snowballing. But
we do have Syndra coming over here too through the enemy jungle.
Syndra is behind.
Yeah.
That is scary. And Syntra's here too. There are 4 people bot lane. This is a dive.
She's not safe.
She can't get out.
Yeah,
she can't get out. She is so dead here.
Can't.
There goes the exhaust just to be safe.
CC. Yep.
Beautiful turret dive.
Claim the gold too.
And Sean not only claims the gold and then TPs back to his lane to catch the rest of his wave, but they are going to take multiple turret plates off of that. That was a really good play from Champions of Artemis.
Absolutely, and having the Void Grubs there too, like it just allowing them to get more tower damage.
And there's the ping. You see the ping spammed out from the Orbital Outlaws jungler, just letting them know, hey, we cannot let them have that second set. Let's take a moment now to admire the Ahri in the mid lane. You know what? Despite all of the issues and everything, it is a very beautiful skin. It's really nice to see it in game, honoring Faker's legacy. I love it.
No, it is absolutely gorgeous. I won't doubt that for an instant. And Ammo here going to stop. Oh my goodness! And
the try though.
When the charm.
Here's my question:
is outstanding.
When you miss that charm, do you back out? Oh, nice flash from Sean.
I think you have to. And Sean again, beautiful. And I think the reason that they didn't back out is because Yaden was right there.
And they were hoping. And I mean, that allows a return gank later. They've got a flash timer now down on Sean. They know that Sean, that immobile Syndra, is definitely a lot more vulnerable. And if you can land the follow-up wombo between between the Sejuani and the Ari. Like, she will die. But right now you've got
absolutely.
Sintra and Yaden going for the second set of grubs.
And we had a smite there from Yaden to take
You
one
have
of
a
them.
smite from Yaden
Now
to
the
take one, and
Akali's
he's
coming
going to
down.
let them have the other two as long as they can't stack all 6 because they just don't have prio.
No, they don't. Yone is stuck with the wave top lane. Akali actually returning. And we'll see if the E1 comes out here. You can tell that Mem is waiting for it, but the knockup hits. The shield also on the Akali Q, but just look at all that damage coming in from the Shroud. If there's an ult here, this is a kill. That's not going to get you away.
Oh my god, Mem is just butchering him. Well, that's no bueno.
And that's one of those things, again, I see that and I'm like, no, as soon as I see the ult, I said, if there's an ult there, then this is absolutely a kill. That Yone ult's not going to save him.
Oop. And Redo, the charm misses, unfortunately. Those void grubs are so brutal for Ari.
They really are.
Like, she saw there were no minions left. She went for the charm, and the void grub ate the ate the charm.
It ate the charm.
That's brutal.
And that's a lot like playing into a champion like Neferi, for example, where again they have a minion that can just eat the charm away from you.
I'd like to state that the the comment in the chat is that the ball's caught up. And they would be correct.
Very correct.
They would be correct.
Okay, so Ari pathing down now, it looks like, waiting in that brush with the control war. We have Yaden coming down, jumping with
forward
the Sedge
and
ult,
landing.
and this
That's
is a
going to
kill.
take out. And that kill goes over to the Jinx.
It goes to Aurora.
Charm
and
lands on the Kaisa, but I don't think they have quite enough to catch up. I think they're going to use this to set up for Dragon.
Yeah, for Dragon, absolutely. And with one Dragon already in the bag, I think you have to.
Well, you do. And at a certain point, Yaden made the decision to not even contest for the second set of grubs, but that fight in the bot lane cost them because, oh god, that was really pretty. That counter from Sean was so well played.
That was outstanding.
Redo is 1 health in a dream. Oh,
not even close.
Not even close, baby. Not even close. But the plates.
Sean is going to get some turret plate gold here because Poppy is driving away Yaden here in the jungle on Yaden's blue buff, keeping him away from mid lane.
Bubble rotating up.
Syndra is actually okay. Syndra did get another plate.
I think Champions of Artemis actually want to make a play to push them off this dragon and stop them from snowballing quickly on these. 3 sides is in the back of the pit, pops over with the pop plant, and it's just going to sweep out that ward, which is great. Like, phenomenal rotation and counter rotation from both teams, but right now it genuinely feels like Champions of Artemis is setting the tempo. And I'm impressed.
Yone.
Like, I will say I'm definitely impressed. Despite the advantage that Akali has on kills, like, Plasma's doing his best to keep up in CS. I would like to point out the CS differential between Sintra and Yaden and how much that will affect them the later it goes.
Yes.
Sejuani is a power farmer. Sejuani wants to get big and beefy and tanky. She's already got her first item, and her first item is a Warmogs.
Warmogs.
She gets to come into your lane, she gets to try and cause problems, and then she gets to walk back into her jungle and be full health. So if you cause problems somewhere else,
and she's ganking the Akali.
And he's going in, they're going to try and make it Mem's problem
now,
because...
Akali can get out with her R2 if she deems the fight not doable, which... Okay,
he's out.
Yeah. And that's exactly what...
He wanted that.
Too far
That's
under the tower.
So unfortunate. Mem got just back far enough that Turret saved his life.
Yeah, because that's the thing. I'm surprised he didn't R2 out sooner, but they are going to go to the Rift Herald here. Which it looks like it's going to be traded for the Dragon.
That trades for Dragon, but they're rotating up. Like, they're considering rotating up.
Oh, they are.
Redo getting caught.
And they are pinging it, too.
Good charm.
Okay.
They had to ult just to get away, though.
But yeah, and they weren't able to reposition for a fight. But we got Poppy coming in. Okay, there's the smite from Yaden.
Yeah, they'll at the very least. Ooh. Okay. Oh, Confuzzled is playing with the blindness that Akali creates and trying to get lucky, and I don't think that's the right play.
I don't either.
I think Confuzzled needs to take a breath. Confuzzled knows this matchup. Like, all of these players know these matchups pretty well. I think Confuzzled needs to take a breath, rely on his team, and play a little bit further back. There is a flash forward, and that is just a kill from Sean.
Whoa, Sean.
And that is one of the things that's really hard in hosting a mixed elo tournament, is that your teams overall are balanced. These teams are very, very balanced, but mid lane counts for a lot, and you're going to have to deal with some of this extra where it's Sean's a good player.
Oh, he's on
Sean
fire.
is one of the best players in this tournament, and you have to respect him.
Absolutely.
And that's his turret.
I would agree 100%. And and that's
first turret, and that's first turret for Champions of Artemis. Yaden's first turret retreat, but his Warmogs will set him up so that he doesn't have to back, and he doesn't have to worry about it too terribly much.
And that's a good point too.
Yeah.
Because not having to back will allow him to continue to power farm more quickly, get more CS and more gold under his belt to further help out later in the game.
Now
because right now we're looking at a 4,500 or 4,400 gold different. roughly.
Yeah, roughly.
And that's with only 5 to 2 kills. So this hasn't had the number of kills we see Confuzzle going in here.
Oh, Yaden had the flash. Yaden got caught. He did not know that Sean was there.
And that's huge because not only Sean is there, but Poppy
they're
is there
setting
as
up
well.
for the same setup they had in bot lane, but they're in top now.
Yep. And now they're going to turn around on Yaden instead. He gets away.
Confuzzled is all alone. There comes the TP.
Now you got a TP coming in from
The TP
Ari.
is great. He's going to do his best to do as much damage as he can. Ari's going to come in, but the turret is going down. That turret is gone.
And the turret being down is going to create a whole bunch of kills
Sean is
here.
dead. But so is Redo. And there goes Akali mopping up. That is a 4-kill Akali. 18 minutes into this game. She's already up 15, 20 CS. Like, that Akali's going to be a nightmare.
And with that Lich Bane rush, presumably going to Shadow Flame next item is pretty much the standard build. And that is one thing about Akali, is there are not too many ways that you deviate from the way she is built. There is pretty much one build that is primarily used. I've seen some alternates, of course, like any champion, but they're not widely played. I'll put it that way.
So 8 kills to 3 is still not a huge lead one or the other. The gold lead definitely tells a different story. But
yes,
as we look at the 6K gold lead, there's a fair amount of gold on the map still that Champions of Artemis. Oh my God, Mem is playing with fire.
This is a little too spicy.
Mem is playing with fire.
But right back out. Yeah, that was a little bit too ambitious, I think.
Bubble's a little out of position, though, and he's going to have to be careful.
The play here is, because he should still have his ulti. Meanwhile, Sean is on
just
this mid turret.
Sean's on a mission, and his mission is to take turrets.
Yeah, that Akali could go and mop him up, but it looks like it's going to be Aurora rotating for the wave here instead, as it pushes up and protecting the tower.
Sean's
timing, though.
Sean's timing on these the pushbacks, I don't know what her ability is called for the life of me. She's going to die. And the gold is going to go over to the Jinx, which is phenomenal. That's a really,
huge.
really good give over to the Jinx
she is going to get
her
stronger
going.
The longer this game goes.
We've got Ari matching, oh no.
Oh my goodness, the Kai'Sa.
That was brutal. Synctra has a distinct ability to know exactly where to position, walk up, and they're setting up, Synctra is setting up phenomenal turret dives, which is something I think is incredibly underrated overall. Yaden going for a cheeky Baron? I don't know what's happening here. Aurora's gonna die to Baron.
Aware, but this Akali he's gonna take one down.
He's gonna die with
Akali
them.
Is going to die.
And that gold goes over to their top laner, and that's phenomenal. That huge shutdown just went over to the Yone and put him back in the game.
Yep, absolutely.
That was I'm trying to figure out what the Baron play was. I'm not even gonna lie. That felt really, really cheeky.
That felt like a very aggressive play to try and make up some ground.
It felt a little disrespectful.
And sure, I'm not going to argue with you there. However, I will point out they traded 1-for-1 in there, and they shut down the Akali.
True.
Which is still a huge net gold positive for
Rift Herald is running top. I'm not sure if that's what they wanted.
It is running all by itself with minions.
I'm not sure that that's what they wanted, but Rift Herald's in top.
I don't think so.
Unless the goal is to give, unless the goal is to give Plasma red buff and then set him free with it, which is possible. But I don't think Plasma wants to get that far up with that Rift Herald when Mem is on his way.
He's got Syndra also right there, right there to counter him, just waiting in that brush.
I think you're right. Quick, Rift Timer did run out. I think they're just gonna have to give it.
It had to.
Yaden's in.
This Herald is not going to crash.
Like Yaden's not in trouble into Sean. Even Mem, like, together, but the fact of the matter is he also can't kill them.
No, he can't, and this Herald's just gonna die.
That Sejuani's a big, beefy tank. Like, her job is to stand in front of shit.
Mm-hmm. And that is very unfortunate for Orbital Outlaws to see the Herald end up not getting a crash on turret.
It looks like they have Redo splitting right now, but they called her back.
Yep.
They've got the wave crashing. They're gonna call her back and pull her back, and they just really need to
break out in mid lane.
They need to take a breath. They need to watch their vision, and they need to get back in a position where they're looking at objectives. As if you're the Outlaws, you need to not let Champions of Artemis have the next dragon. That's gonna be the next big contested point.
Well, and especially because that would put them on Soul Point.
That would put Champions of Artemis on Soul Point. It's gonna make everything a lot harder.
And we do see Poppy going up to the top lane, looking at this scuttle in front of Baron,
which is
potentially
huge.
Revealing some wards.
They're going after Sean. They're going after Sean.
And oh my goodness, and that is a
They're
kill.
They're gonna
want to
be really careful of Mem because even though they think they caught Mem might have caught you.
Yeah, and that's part of the beauty of Akali is that, like you just said, Aurora! Oh, that was gorgeous,
baby!
Wow! And this is gonna be a Baron for
shit!
I don't know. It looks like are they gonna do it?
I think they should. I don't know what the call is though. They may be making the call that because Synctra's still fairly far ahead, they instead push for other gold on the map. And they go for this mid turret that looks like they're just trying to force the issue. I'm not sure that I agree, but I can see when Synctra's still on the map with that Poppy ult, that you may want to be a little bit more leery.
Well, because you don't want to have Poppy come in and ult away your jungler right before the
smite, and then there is no smite fight.
Yeah, and then he could just take it.
Poppy says, "That's mine, thanks for the leash."
Exactly.
So I think we're back to what we said. We're looking at Dragon next. Both teams are going to want to maintain vision around Baron all the same. But that Jinx rocket, I did not see that coming.
No, that was glorious.
And let's be real, Mem didn't see it coming either.
No, none of them did. And it was, it was a perfect shot. And I'm seeing that red control ward on Baron that is huge because. And Akali was going hunting there and did not get there in time. Mem was very close to having another kill.
Bubble is out of position, and that is just another kill on Sean.
Another one for Sean.
I will say Sean has definitely slowed down a little bit. Like, he's got a significant amount of farm. Like, let's be real. Ooh, nice.
The chompers from Aurora.
Oh, but the
Ahri. Oh!
This is just a bloodbath. Nice charm from Loretto. A phenomenal pushback from the Sejuani, and Synctra has to burn flash. And there goes the pop back.
Poppy ulted.
You lose.
But now here's the thing: that Poppy ult is now down with Dragon coming up.
With Baron up and Dragon coming up.
4 of them. Yeah.
Yaden's goal right now is to just stand between his team and Mem.
Yes.
This is phenomenal.
Agree.
Like, this is phenomenal gameplay from both of these teams, though.
Job of doing exactly that. The other thing is that with Karma's shields, Yaden will become even tankier.
Well, and Yaden doesn't care. Yaden doesn't care in this moment that he's still.
Oh!
Did he just steal that? He did.
He did get it.
But his smite is down. And does he have another one? His other one's charging. Dragon's not up yet.
Because this Poppy's going to be dead.
That's a free dragon. That's so unfortunate for Synctra.
That's another kill in Confuzzled's pocket, and 4 of them on that Akali, forcing Mem to back up.
Well, and now you're in a position where your jungler's down for 30 seconds, and Dragon's just coming up. Most you can do is either heckle the enemy jungler because their team is not with Yaden, which is kind of interesting to me.
No, which is worrisome.
I'm not really
I would
sure
think
what
at the
the
very
call
least
is
Karma
here.
should be up there fighting that.
They're rotating down. They're rotating down, and they've still got time.
Kaisa.
Sintra's still not up yet, and
Yep,
Dragon's still
there's 3 of
procced,
them right there.
which means Dragon is dealing damage to Champion of Artists right now. And as long
and
as
the Yone, okay, no, he's coming back in through the.
I was gonna say, but Jinx is late.
Backline.
Jinx is late to the party,
stun.
which definitely means that like this is a little questionable. But at the end of the day, when your jungler is down, and you are fighting a jungler that you know is competent and capable, I genuinely say this from the bottom of my heart: find something else to take.
Yeah.
Find a different rotation. Go somewhere else because they're trying to set up something cheeky in the jungle.
Yeah, and they don't realize, I think, that 3 of them went back, but we do see that red ward
There's Redo's
right there
TP going in on the bot lane to protect that turret, but Bubble is a little out of position.
Oh no.
And Bubble is
gonna come
dead.
in, but the ult misses.
The ult misses and Yaden gets slammed into the wall. He's very tanky and very survivable, but his team is not following up with him. They're out of position, which means this Sedge is just going to have to walk back. And they're all going to have
There's the charm, and that is unsuccessful. They are just desperately trying to protect this tower. You see just a little poke there from
I think they're going to be successful protecting it. The next minion wave so far away, but
it is.
Champions of Artemis definitely has. They have come into this game and they have thrown down the gauntlet, and I'm really impressed at the gameplay from both teams. There's still a 5k gold lead. 4.5.
And a lot of that really at this point, other than it's 2 mid turrets and a bunch of CS. There are only 2 kills separating these teams. And let's not forget that one of those kills on the part of Orbital Outlaws was a massive shutdown of Mem. And there is the Akali going in again, takes out the Karma.
Has to be
looking at the Jinx, but it's going to have to run away now. The R2 still and potentially, okay, no, it's going to be down by now. It's going to say that would have been an option to get out.
Jinx's splash is down though, that's huge.
No, absolutely. And I think taking the pot plant was better than the R2 there because it prevented anyone from chasing the Akali.
Like I said, though, both of these top laners want to fight.
Oh, they do.
That's how both of these players work.
Like, I'm looking at the CS and really just phenomenal. The one place I'm seeing the CS gap is in mid lane, but I will say...
And bot.
A little bit in oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I see it in bot. I also see it in jungle in Yaden's favor, though. And, you know, no one in this game is, like, obscenely fed in terms of kills.
No, true.
6 kills is the highest that anyone has.
But
there are only 23 kills in this game.
I'm very impressed at the advantage that they're taking with their power spikes that they have. Like, oh, Bubble, honey.
Oh, no.
Do not walk into the fog of war.
No, you got to be a little more careful.
He's doing his best. He's doing his best to get Vision down. The problem is that Syndra is such a massive champion when it comes to, do I see you and you don't see me? Her entire poke ability is just obscene.
And here goes the Yaden on the Akali. We do see Jinx coming in for backup. And here comes Sean.
But Sean and three sides are in, and if they kill Yaden, that's a free Baron. Yeah. But Yaden gets out, so that's good for them.
No, he's going to get out. And that's the difference because Aurora is in a bad
just
spot
caught
here.
So much damage up there. That's a defensive ult, but Yaden is still caught. They're really going to need to work to protect their jungler there.
In here now. Nice charm landed
Beautiful
there.
Charm and an add-on of the stun, but a TP is coming in.
Oh, and there goes Ari.
They're going to see if they can take down Mem.
And there is the R2 to get out, but it will not be enough as Confuzzled comes away with the kill off his E and Q3.
Bubbles in danger. And Bubbles in danger.
Once again in the bush. And at this point, you just have to accept if you do not have vision in the brush and you are Orbital Outlaws, you got to expect it. Do I have vision on Syndra? If not, she's in that bush.
So what this play really just came down to, what this play truly came down to, this is Sean's bread and butter here on this Syndra. What this play just came down to is an overstay and an overpush from the Champions of Artemis. They did not need that turret and that push up top so desperately that they gave up this Baron, but now here we are.
Yep.
This is going to allow Orbital Outlaws to secure a lot of gold on the map with turret, at least one, if not two turrets. They're going to get to go contest that dragon now. with Prio in the lanes, if they can send Redo to push, because Redo still has her
Ari
TP.
has very good wave clear, so
Ari's got phenomenal wave clear, and she has a teleport to join the dragon fight if she needs to.
Absolutely. And I'd like to point out that after that Baron, we are down to, even before any
look at that gold lead dwindle.
It is less than 2,000 now.
That is phenomenal. That is so good. There's the pushback from Sean again. Yaden not willing to overly engage yet. He's holding his ult.
Yeah. And I have to think, you've got to be looking at either the Akali or the Syndra. Obviously, the jungler is your top priority in an objective fight, but otherwise, I'm looking at the Akali and the Syndra as the major targets you have to make sure cannot come in and just wipe your team out. And Confuzzled is doing that.
They're going for a smite fight. They've got the dragon.
Enough damage and getting that dragon. And
all Outlaws want to do now is kite out. They got what they wanted. They need to back up.
You can even send someone topside where the wave is pushing onto their side of the map.
Well, now that Dragon is off the table and Baron, they've got their Baron. What they want to do right now is they want to get the fuck out of here, and they want to make use of this Baron buff to get something.
Absolutely, and they should not be chasing this Poppy.
They don't have any reason to chase them.
Oh! They're going to take Sean out.
Sean is out of position. That is a Sejuani ult to lock him up, and he's just done.
That is a massive
This is a really interesting fight, though, overall. I'm very surprised that both of these teams are fighting in Dragon Pit long after Dragon has been taken.
I am, too.
I think genuinely that this only benefits the Orbital Outlaws.
It does.
Oh my god.
Does. And Yone coming away and is going to live. Aurora is going to survive that.
By the skin of her teeth, because not for Mem's lack of trying.
No,
and she almost died. This game is neck and neck.
Now we are 1.4K away from even. I also want to point out, with the dragons having fallen the way they do, that is 2 mountain drakes potentially on point for a mountain soul onto that Sejuani,
which would only make her more scary.
And that will essentially render Sejuani
unkillable.
The Akali will not be able to kill her.
Akali already can't kill Sej as it stands. Yaden has been walking up to both of their AP carries and disrespecting them.
And Syndra. And now Jinx, you can see with that passive active, are they making a play up here to, let's see, they don't have a top lane to get to, maybe some jungle
trying to figure out where they're going right now.
Else.
I think
despite the fact that they have shoved.
Exactly, and despite the fact that they have Baron buff, they've got all 3 waves shoved, and they do have some fear of the enemy team. There is some fear there, and rightfully so. You respect that team, or that team will fuck you up.
Well, and I think a lot of it too has been the amount of times that Syndra has just been bush camping.
Good damage from the Karma
going in here on the Yone, but the R2 to get out.
Jinx Rocket comes through, but unfortunately
3 sides will not have the same.
That's a sacrificial support, and it always feels bad. Trust me, I know.
But it is ultimately better for them to let the Thresh die than to have the Akali go down. And
Aurora needs to be a little bit careful aggressing. Aurora needs to be a little bit careful aggressing on that Syndra, but she does have backup in the form of a very, very beefy boar.
Yes, she does. And he's going in.
He's just disrespecting them.
Yeah, he's saying, I don't care how many of you are here.
That is disrespect.
Meanwhile, Yone is going to go in on the Akali here, and I think you have.
That amount of damage from there was really rough.
But that is enough damage to
Mem
force
needs
her
to
back.
respect
Yone
this.
will get this turret.
Baron buff is down.
Actually, I think the turret might take the minions
Baron buff
quickly.
just ran out.
Yeah, okay. But then they've got a big shove coming in mid lane here too. The bot lane remains pushed into the pressure zone.
Sean is rotating to guard top. They're going to sacrifice mid instead.
And I don't know if I agree with that, especially
they are neck and neck in gold.
Is going to survive.
Look at the gold lead. It's less than 100.
It's less than 100.
Unbelievable.
Orbital Outlaws, they were down almost 6k gold at one point, and look at the way they have scaled and come back. This is phenomenal.
This is what I wanted out of both of these teams. The play, the counterplay, the understanding that what your power spikes look like, where you are, and despite the early game, the feeling like early game felt really, really rough for the Outlaws, they're bringing it back. And
one of the things that... Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and that's a beautiful thing to watch, and that's even better thing to shoutcast.
It is, and I will say one of the other things that you know, both of these top laners are sitting on 8 kills. And the Yone has 315 CS. Down goes ammo. Meanwhile, Confuzzled is gonna dive Sean here, and and the zone. Oh, he's going back
Ammo
in.
eats the hook that has to burn Sean's flash, but that catch in mid was heartbreaking for Redo.
But this tower is going to go down in top lane.
That was a
and then over on
perfect
bot
hook.
side, we've got a 2v2 with Akali and Poppy. But I think that Hecarim's honestly just too tanky for them to deal with. Or Hecarim, sorry, Sejuani. Why do I look at those and I always see the wrong? I always think of the like I do that so regularly. Well, I mean that's just fair for you know for you messing up one of them earlier. Now I got to mess one up, you know. That's only fair.
All right, this is what it looks like to sit on a ward, boys. If you don't have a sweeper and it's late game and they're not coming in where you want them to, assume you're on a ward. Just
this is what happened
and there's
to Rachel when
ward.
she got sniped by a Fiora.
Oh god, that was
time.
brutal, dude. Yaden's going in. Yaden doesn't care. Yaden's backing out.
No, he doesn't.
That was the Akali dashing in.
Targeting the Karma, going after the Jinx. Perfectly understandable play.
Jinx made the smart call to flash out.
She did.
Amaretto is unfortunately dead, and they're going to need to give this dragon up.
They will.
They're absolutely going to need to give this dragon up because pushed out too far.
All right, the hook, but doesn't really mean much.
They're trying to burn it down. They're trying to burn it down, but Yaden is walking in.
Yeah, they're trying to get it as quickly as they can.
It's gone.
And they got it.
Oh, but will they pay for it with their lives? Will they pay for it with their lives? Jinx is dead.
Oh my goodness. Confuzzled is just cleaning up.
That's an ace? That's a quadra kill for Plasma.
That's a quadra kill.
Are they going to run for Baron?
You have to here,
They have to. They're going to run for Baron here. They're going to sacrifice.
You don't have the waves pushed in far enough to crack the base, so yeah, you got to do the next
No,
best
they're
thing,
going to run for
go to
Baron here because the enemy team is down so far.
Yep.
And that takes it off the map, and it means that they don't have to worry about it being up to contest it. Bubble's going to need to be a little careful with the amount of damage Baron puts up now, but Karma's got so much shielding and sustain that she should be fine.
And there's the shield right there. Yaden is tanky enough that he doesn't care. Yone has all of the life steal. And
are they trying to hold this? Are they trying to hold this to get Jinx?
I think they are.
Holy shit! This is a really
up, and they did it.
Holy shit! They just got all 5 of them on it.
That is phenomenal.
That was really good play to know that the enemy team wasn't close enough to contest it and to hold it to make sure that all 5 of them had it on.
Sure
that was really
like
smart.
Something you see at Worlds right there.
And I'm going to say just like that, Orbital Outlaws has a 3k gold lead.
They do. They have really taken control. Other than the last dragon going the way of Champions of
it's soul point now for both of them when it comes up. Next dragon is soul point for both teams. It's going to be really heavily contested. So before that dragon comes up, Orbital Outlaws needs to take full advantage of this Baron buff and push in and crack the enemy base. They need to take something with this to make it worth their while. Lunrako's caught out, and Lunrako is gone.
Oh, yeah, and it's down. And
Sean's going to do his best.
Here.
Sean's going to do his best, but
Ammo's she's going. They are
Ammo's
going in.
trying to engage on behalf of the team. There's a hook that lands on the Karma, but TP is coming in,
from Confuzzled,
and Confuzzled does not care.
And the Poppy ult doesn't get there. And
this
just has to kind of run away.
Orbital Outlaws just like that. I do believe
they will crack the base here 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
This tower is going to go down.
So this is the
point. The inhibitor is going to go with it.
This is the point that you get to where you have to know what to defend and what not to defend. And while it feels absolutely brutal to give up 2 inhibs, if you walk out against them, you're going to die for sure and you will lose the game. If you just accept that you've lost those 2, you still have a chance. And that's
not
where...
only that, you can... Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
Oh, and I was going to say, they can also use the gold from those super minions and the experience to scale. So anyone who is not already at level 18 could get there. But more importantly, you can use the gold to continue to max out your build. Granted, it is a little bit late to get the kind of advantage you would at, like, say, 25 minutes. But
any advantage is a good thing at this point.
Oh, absolutely. And Orbital Outlaws being up by 4,500 gold now is just... It is such an incredible, really the way they've scaled.
This is one of those things where you look at what your team's power spikes are, and you look at what it means to build a late game team.
Yes,
Sejuani does not thrive in the early to mid game. Sejuani early to mid game is not Sejuani's friend. And
No.
she still wants to try and help her team where she can. She wants to do the best that she can, but